Hey guys, it's Sarah, and I am back from the Victoria Marie scrapbook retreat, and it was fantastic. I'm throwing my hands in the air. Oh my gosh, you guys, it was so much fun. I just spent the whole weekend laughing and talking and scrapbooking and just having the best time. Those women are some of my favorite people. I'm telling you, we had a really good time. We laughed until we cried quite a few times as well, and I have definitely made just some really great friends. So I did want to go ahead and show you the layouts that I completed this year. Last year when I went to the retreat, I completed 14 layouts and a couple of Project Life spreads. This year, I ended up completing 25 layouts. So I definitely beat last year. And not all of these are from my page kits either. I still have like 5 or 6 page kits I did not get to, but I have, I think, 4 layouts in here that I did just with some supplies that we had there and some challenges that we did. So I ended up using supplies I had there without using my kits. So there's a little bit of variety as well. And I just wanted to go ahead and show these to you. So the first one, these are in no particular order. Like when I was cleaning up my desk and I was just throwing these layouts in here. So no particular order. This is my Layla, who got the flu, and I can't remember what year this was. I have a date and a place up here card that I need to go back in my computer and look at the date that I took these pictures. I know it was around New Year's. I just don't remember if it was like 2015 or 2016. So I have to go back and check that out. But I got that one done. That was a kit. This next one here is a kit as well. This is the one of my mom's dog who passed away last year. Her name is Mitzi. And so this is the page kit and the layout that I completed with that. Okay, so this one has a title that's very interesting. So pardon me. This is called Calm Your Tits. And the reason that it is this, because this ended up being our motto at the retreat this year. It was kind of the phrase that we were all using, like I was the first one who said it on the retreat Facebook group when I was trying to pack my stuff, and I told myself to calm my tits. And so it kind of became a thing, and everyone was saying it all weekend. So myself and at least one other girl made a layout called Calm Your Tits. And so this is actually the page kit that I did not have any pictures planned for. So I ended up using it for this one, but it's Calm Your Tits and Have a Drink. And it has my favorite drinks from Chili's that they don't serve anymore because they changed their menu, and we don't need to talk about that because that makes me angry. So I got that one done. This one is another kit as well. This was about the hurricanes this year, and I had cut out the shape of Texas, which as I'm looking at it now, you can't even really see all that well. I kind of covered them up. I wish I had these pictures a little bit smaller, but in the state of Florida, so it's all right. So that was a kit. This next one was another kit as well. This was Layla losing her tooth, and I had this tooth die cut here. So I got that one. And next one is pineapples. This is the layout where I have this pineapple cut out, and this is me and my best friend, and that's our safe word. And so I talked about that. I love this one. This next one was not a page kit. This is one I just made with some stuff that I brought, and it's called Bulldog Love, and this is not my bulldog. I wish she was. Her name is Shelby, and I am friends with her owners, and so they ask us to dog sit for them whenever they go out of town because they know how much we love Shelby, and I'm a huge bulldog fan, so whenever we get to have her over, it's awesome. But that's her, and that's her snuggling with me one night. She's so cute. This next one is an 8.5 by 11, and this is called Just Us, and this is my husband and I was talking about having a long distance relationship, and I did have a page kit for this one. This is going to go into our dating album. This ended up being a challenge as well. Victoria gave us a sketch challenge, and I used it for that, so that was nice. This one was another kit, origami, and yeah, this one is lots of purples and lots of pinks, but I like the way that it turned out. This next one here is another page kit. It's called Jellyfish Journey, and this was about jellyfish. This was actually a sketch as well that I had pulled from the Ready Sketch Go, so I finally got this one done here. This next one is another kit, and this is my book club. It's called We Are the Misfits, or We Are Misfits. We call ourselves the Misfits. It's kind of an inside joke. And this is the one where I cut out the owl from the Amy Tangerine paper. So he's there with the branches, and I kind of decorated around him a little bit. I thought about coloring him in, but I think it would have been too much. I kind of like how he's very neutral with some of these other colors going on. So I was happy I didn't end up doing that. These next ones here are actually from a challenge that Victoria had us do, and it was a lot of fun. She did like an Iron Chef challenge type thing where we get a list of ingredients and we have to use those ingredients in a layout, and they were timed. There were 3 rounds. The first one was 30 minutes. We had to do a layout in 30 minutes. Second one was 20 minutes, and the third one was 15 minutes. And let me tell you the stress that that woman put on us to make a layout in 15 minutes. We were like, no, but it was a ton of fun and we got it done. So this was the first one. This was the 30-minute one. And this is one that I just used with supplies that I already had. This was not a kit or anything. And I'm trying to think of what the ingredients were. I know it was 2 pattern papers, so I definitely have pattern papers on there. Wood veneer, a flamingo, which was our mascot this year as well. We picked like the most obscure mascots every year. Like I think last year it was a deer head. You know how the deer with the antlers were so popular, and we were like, I don't know how to use this. This year it's flamingos. And what else did we have to use? Cork. And I have the cork thickers there. And I think that's it. I think there might have only been 4 ingredients for the first one, but I got this one done, and I really like the way that it turned out. So I did this one in 30 minutes and used all the ingredients. The second one here was the 20-minute one, and I like the way that this one turned out too. For this one, we had to use a border punch, which I used on all 3 of these papers here. It's the notebook punch, and we had to use some sort of mixed media, and I use stamps. So I have a stamp here and a stamp right here. And we also needed to use washi tape, I think, which I have along the bottom. And I think that might have been it from what I can see here. Yeah, so I really like, oh no, 6x6 papers as well, which all 1, 2, 3 of these are 6x6 paper. So there was that one too. And then this last one was the 15-minute one. And this one I did go back and finish. I added a couple things after the challenge was done, but I'll show you what I put on here afterwards. But this is the last one. We had to use stamps, which I did stamp the title here in my Felicity Jane stamp. We had to use some sort of, what's the word? Some sort of fiber, I guess you could say. So I used some twine on here that I borrowed from somebody because I didn't have any. So I used that. And we had to use, oh gosh, I don't even remember now. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't remember precisely exactly everything we had to use in here, but I ended up using it all. The only things I added afterwards were I added this, no, I added that on when it was there. I think I added these little flowers here, and I think this wood veneer and the misting, and then everything else I did within the 15 minutes. So it wasn't quite finished when I turned it in, but it was good enough. Okay, so that was fun, and these are all supplies that I just used there. Actually, these 2 papers here, I actually got at the retreat from the free table, so that was nice. And then this one was also just stuff I had. This paper and this black and white pattern paper was a gift from somebody, so I ended up using it right away, which is really nice as well. Okay, next one is a kit. Let's Go Fly a Kite, literally. So I got that one done. I really like the way that this one turned out. I like the colors on it a lot. So that one Another kit here. The force is strong with these two. Now these don't, you can see them now because they're, I'm putting them up against the light and you can see the reflection. But when you look at it like this, it's really, really hard to see. You can see these better in person than the camera's picking up, I promise. But yeah, so there is a full title there. The force is strong with these two. So I really like this one. This is another, this one and this one are sketches from Ready Sketch Go that I finally got done here. Okay. This next one is Women of Destiny. And this was a sketch as well. And this was the black and white and gold. And this is the one that I did the Mod Podge on the frames because I didn't want the glitter to come off everywhere. This one was very interesting. I had this whole thing set up a little bit higher, but I didn't have a place for journaling. And I kind of had a lot I wanted to say about this conference, so I had to kind of readjust myself a little bit. But I really like the way that that one turned out. This next one is kind of a double page spread. This is our favorite books. This is another sketch. So I will do this one. They're pretty much almost identical. This one is Mommy's favorite. So these are like my top favorite 5 books. And so I have like Harry Potter and To Kill a Mockingbird, Gone Girl, Redeeming Love, and The Lovely Bones. And then I have like little numbers on here on the things, and I kind of talk a little bit about why I love them. I have some clusters up here and a little one down here as well. And then I did the same thing for Kaylin. And what I did was I outlined all except the center because I'm going to put these together in the same album. So I'm going to have them side by side, and having them outlined like that kind of makes it look a little bit cohesive. So for Kaylin's, I did the same thing. These are a little bit different because I didn't have enough cork, so I just kind of made it work for me. But Kaylin's favorite books are The Land of Stories, Harry Potter, Inside Out, Driven by Emotions, Frozen Fever, and Mal's Spell Book. So this one is Kaylin's, and I just kind of did the same type of thing. All right, this next one is watercolor, Kaylin's watercolor class that she took this year. And Lori, who was at the retreat, had saved me a piece of 6x6 pattern paper because it kind of had these little things on here, and she thought they would look nice with this particular layout. She was watching my stuff, and I was like, yes, that's awesome. So I did. I ended up cutting it in half, and I used it on top and on bottom, and it works really great. So that was a nice little surprise. Okay, this next one is one I don't want to show the picture because it's my husband's Air Force stuff, so I will kind of cover up the picture here. I'll try to show everything else, but this is called FSOC, which is the type of base that we're at right now. It's a special division of the Air Force. So this was a kit. I had this little classified stamp that I stamped all the way around the paper here, and I did some layers down here. I have this word today. This is about his schedule and how they are a 24/7 operation, which a lot of FSOC is. So I kind of talked about that because it's very, very, very different than anything that we have experienced so far. I just don't want to show the picture because it has his squadron on it, and we don't share that publicly. But next one here is another kit, and this is Right in the Lightsaber. And this was the Darth Vader one where he is not being very nice to Darth Vader at Legoland. I was having trouble with the title. I wasn't sure what I wanted, and so I asked for suggestions, and I got a couple of really good ones, and then this one just jumped out at me when someone said it. I think it was Kathy who said Right in the Lightsaber, and I was like, oh, that's great. So I made that one work. I did have to MacGyver a few of these thickers here, but it's fine. I really, really like the way that this turned out, and I love that I had this little emoji that's just perfect for this one. Okay, a couple more here. This one is Flight of Dragons. This was another kit, and this is Kaylin watching the Flight of Dragons, which is something that I used to watch when I was a kid, and I really like it. So this is the one that has the dragon on here, and I got the sword and a whole bunch of different stuff. So I really like the way that this one came out. I have another 8.5 by 11 one that I did not build a page kit for on camera because I actually lost track of it when I was putting my stuff together. It was stuck in behind another layout. And I was like, wait a minute, I know I had that sushi picture pulled because it's going to be part of my dating album. And I had to go and dig through and find it. And I was like, crap. And it was like the night before. So I just had to throw something together quickly. So I didn't have it on camera, but I did put together a really quick kit for this one. I already had the papers and the scraps pulled. I just had to pull everything else. So yeah, this is an 8.5 by 11, like I said, for our dating album. So I got this one done. I added a bunch of die cuts and this little Be Daring because he's very daring when it comes to sushi. And last but most definitely not least, because it is my handsome husband, this is his intro to his officer Air Force scrapbook. I have an enlisted one and an officer one because he has served in both. And from the beginning, he knew he wanted to be an officer. He just had to finish school first. So he went enlisted, finished school that way, and then went officer. And that is where he wants to be. So that's what he's doing right now. So I kind of talked about, like dreams and the best is yet to come and, stuff like that. Just kind of like, this is where he wanted to be. And now he's there, which is super awesome. Okay, that's it, guys. 25 layouts. That is really, really productive. There is one girl who did 27, so she got more than me, but we were all pretty good. Everyone was really happy with what they got done. Almost everyone who was there last year made more than they made last year, which is great. It was kind of all what we were going for. And these page kits were fantastic. I know that next year I'm going to do the same thing. So that's going to be happening for sure. So next year will be another thing like this where I'll probably film it and do all that stuff because I really enjoyed doing that. I don't know if I could do it all the time, but yeah. So for things like this, those page kits really saved me. It was so easy just to grab something. I didn't have to think too much about it. I didn't end up using everything in every single kit. I definitely had a lot of leftovers, which is fine. I'll just use them on something else. So I used what I wanted to and what I could make work. Some page kits I had way too much pulled, but that's okay. I can use it later, so no big deal. But yeah, so that is what I made at the Victoria Marie Scrapbook Retreat. Again, it was so much fun. And just those girls are a blast. Like really, they are my people. It was a ton of fun. And I know that there is going to be another one next year, and I'm going to be going to it. And Victoria, I'm not going to spoil anything for her, but she has a few things up her sleeve. So I would keep on top of her group and wait for announcements for those types of things because she has some things up her sleeve, and I'm really excited about them. And I hope you guys will get the opportunity to attend something like this or something that she has in the works because seriously, Victoria is fantastic. She's such a great hostess and she's hilarious. I seriously laughed so much. I don't remember the last time I laughed so hard, probably last year's retreat. But yeah, it was fantastic. Great time. And very productive. So I'm really happy with absolutely everything that I got done. I got so much done there and it's great. So, all right, I'm going to stop rambling. That's it for me. That's what I made. And I do, like I said, have probably 5 or 6 layouts, page kits still intact that I have not made yet. So I will do process videos for those so you can actually see me work from a kit and see kind of how my process was going. And yeah, so those will be coming up here in the next couple weeks. I'm sure I just have to sit down and start doing some work. I don't know how much time I'm going to need to get my brain back on track, but I have a lot going on right now, so we'll have to see how it goes. But yeah, expect process videos for those. All right. I will talk to you guys later. Let me know down below if you guys have any questions, and I will talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.